Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something really quite unique. It's an audio transmission described as a blending of energies from the Pleiadian and Sirian high councils, apparently.
Yes, that's right. Shared with love, encoded with light is how it's put.
It's fascinating stuff. And the focus seems to be on remembrance for you listening, understanding who you are, why you actually came here to Earth, and the power you hold.
Exactly.
So here's a thought to kick us off. What if this ancient advanced consciousness, what if it's stepping closer now, not to rescue us, but more to ignite our own light, our own sovereignty?
That's a really compelling idea, isn't it? The source material, it frames these celestial collectives not as some distant rulers,
Right.
but actually as you in another form, advanced expressions of consciousness, sort of overseeing Earth's ascension journey.
Okay, you in another form. That's a significant way to put it.
It is. And what's really insightful, I think, is the emphasis on this being about self-remembrance, not some kind of external intervention coming to fix things.
That reframing feels key.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of these councils, maybe we should just briefly introduce them for anyone less familiar.
Good idea.
The Pleiadians. They're often described as keepers of light, emotional alchemists, masters of heart awakening. Sounds pretty profound. Guides for our inner world.
Absolutely. Deeply connected to the heart, the emotional body. And then you have the Sirians.
Okay.
They're described more as architects of sacred geometry, holders of divine intelligence, and soul purpose.
Architects, geometry,
Yeah.
intelligence. So different focuses, but complementary.
It seems so. And looking at the bigger picture, both councils are said to have watched Earth shift across dimensions for, well, millennia.
Wow.
Millennia. Yeah. And this transmission seems to make it pretty clear they feel now is the time, that they're stepping closer to assist with this current phase we're in.
Okay, stepping closer. Let's unpack one of the first big ideas from this transmission then. This concept that July is unlike any month before it.
Yes.
It talks about a grand energetic wave unfolding, almost like a crystalline river of divine codes flowing through the Earth's grids, your chakras, your DNA. That's a lot to take in.
It is.
For someone hearing these terms, maybe for the first time, what might a crystalline river of divine codes actually imply for us, practically speaking?
That's a great question. So the councils call this whole process the Great Recalibration.
Okay.
Think of that crystalline river as, well, as a pure, really high-frequency energy current. And it's carrying these blueprints, sort of divine consciousness.
Blueprints, okay.
Yeah. So when it flows through Earth's grids, it's like it's activating dormant patterns, an energetic upgrade for the planet, you could say.
Got it.
And for you, personally, it means this energy is flowing through your own energy centers, your chakras, and quite literally activating new potentials within your DNA.
So it's happening on multiple levels then, planetary and personal.
Exactly. And the transmission really emphasizes that this isn't a time to, rush around or force things. It's a time to attune.
Attune, like tuning a radio.
Kind of, yeah. Tuning into this new frequency. And it explains why you might be feeling, well, a whole range of intense things. Maybe tired, emotional, restless, even euphoric or suddenly inspired. Sometimes all at once.
Right. That makes sense if there's so much shifting.
Precisely. This is the shedding of the old timelines, as they put it, and the birth of new light within you. So the core message there is really to surrender control, release expectation, and just become a vessel. Allow this transmission, this energy to flow.
Surrender and allow. Okay.
Yeah.
And following on from that, this idea of energetic shifts.
Yeah.
The source mentions a solar event, but on the etheric level,
Yes.
activating deep soul remembrance, described as an explosion of light, but not harmful cleansing. Now, when most of us hear solar event, we think of, physical sun flares, things that affect satellites.
Sure, solar storms, CMEs.
Exactly. How does this transmission differentiate this etheric level event? Why is that distinction important here?
That's a crucial distinction, you're right. The transmission is quite clear that this light does not come from the physical sun alone,
Okay.
but from the central sun, galactic heart source of all divine instruction.
The central sun, galactic heart source. So much bigger than just our sun.
Much bigger, yeah. So when they say etheric level, they're talking about a non-physical plane, a subtle, energetic reality. This isn't about physical solar storms impacting technology. It's about an inflow of cosmic energy, spiritual information, you could say, coming from the very heart of our galaxy.
Oh, okay. And its purpose is?
Deeply personal, it seems. It's about activating things within you. Dormant soul codes within you are being activated, is the phrase used.
Soul codes.
Yeah, your intuitive abilities are sharpening. And also, interestingly, past life wounds are resurfacing for final clearing.
So potentially quite intense on an inner level, too.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
But ultimately cleansing, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while this light apparently flows through all, the message really stresses that it's only those who are present, grounded, and receptive who can really hold it with stability.
Oh, so our state of being matters.
Very much so. Aligning your inner frequency with peace is what they say is key to magnetizing miracles, to integrating this energy gracefully. It's all about being in resonance.
Resonance. That really links nicely to the next thing, doesn't it? This multidimensional template light body, which, I mean, it sounds almost sci-fi, but the source is it's deeply personal, responsive to our energy. It lives beneath your skin, beneath your organs, beyond your thoughts.
Right.
And it's been dormant for eons, but is now awakening. What does that actually mean for us in our day-to-day experience?
Well, what's fascinating is how this awakening apparently happens. It reweaves your own divine blueprint.
Reweaves it.
Through really simple but powerful acts, things we can all do. Each breath you take in stillness, each moment you return to love, each time you forgive, release, and choose peace. These actions literally help reweave this light body template.
So our conscious choices, our inner state directly impacts this awakening process.
That's the idea. And as this light body awakens, you might start to experience what they call sensory expansion.
Sensory expansion, like what?
Well, it could be physical things, like feeling vibrations in the hands or crown, or maybe more subtle experiences, vivid dreams and astral encounters, perhaps noticing instant manifestations more often,
Okay.
or even things like hearing tones, seeing light codes, feeling etheric touch, a whole range of non-ordinary perceptions opening up.
That could feel quite strange or even worrying for some people if they don't have context.
Absolutely. And that's why the reassurance from the source is so important. It says quite clearly, do not fear. You are not losing your mind. You're finding your true self.
That's a very comforting message amidst potentially confusing experiences.
It really is.
Okay, so that reassurance is definitely welcome. With all this intense energetic realignment happening, the councils offer some practical guidance too, focusing on something they call energetic hygiene.
Yes, that's a key part of it.
When they suggest this, what's the core principle they want us to get? Is it just about, avoiding negative stuff, or is there a more active component?
I think it's both, really, avoidance and active choice. The underlying principle is about protecting your vibrational field, your energy.
Okay, protecting it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the avoid list includes things you might expect. Spaces charged with fear, anger, or chaos. Makes sense, right?
Sure.
Also, media that manipulates, agitates, or drains. And maybe more personally, old connections that no longer honor your growth.
Right. Those relationships that just feel heavy now.
Exactly. And the source emphasizes this isn't about judging anyone or anything.
Okay, that's important.
It's about protecting your light body, which they say is sensitive now, like a newly open flower.
That's a beautiful analogy, like a newly opened flower. So very receptive, but also vulnerable.
Precisely. So that's the avoidance part. The active component is then about consciously gravitating instead toward things that uplift and nourish you.
Like what? What do they suggest?
Things like spending time in nature, quiet forests, oceans, and rivers, listening to music that lifts your soul, and connecting with circles of kindred souls who see your light, people who get you, basically.
Finding your tribe, yeah.
The core message is about staying true to your own resonance. That's how you stay balanced in all this flux. Listen to your own inner guidance system.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so beyond what to avoid and what to gravitate towards, did the council suggest specific anchoring practices to help navigate these shifts, ways to stay stable?
Yes, they did. Really simple, accessible things that they say become portals for stability.
Portals. Interesting. What are they?
Well, for grounding, they suggest things like barefoot walks on the earth, or visualizing roots growing from your feet down into the earth, anchoring you.
Simple, but effective. I can feel that just visualizing it.
Right. Then there's breathwork. They offer a specific pattern to calm the nervous system. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, pause for 4, repeat. Box breathing, basically.
Ah, okay. I know that one. It really does help.
It does. Water is another key element. They suggest you bless your water before drinking. Infuse it with love, light, peace. Treating water as sacred, conscious.
That's a lovely practice.
And finally, sound. using its vibrational quality. Things like crystal bowls, gentle mantras, or even just your own humming voice. Using sound intentionally to shift your frequency.
So grounding, breath, water, sound, all very accessible ways to just center yourself.
Exactly. Intentional ways to align your energy and create that inner stability amidst the outer changes.
This transmission, it really seems to bring home your personal role in all this.
Yeah.
It delivers quite a profound message about our purpose, doesn't it?
It really does.
Stating, you are not here by accident, that you've lived countless lifetimes in service healers, scribes, guardians of sacred lands.
Yeah. That's a powerful reminder of deep soul history for many.
And this idea that you chose to forget so you could remember. And in remembering, embody. Wow. That suggests our very presence here now is deeply intentional.
It truly feels that way reading the transmission. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the core mission that emerges is, well, it's not to fix the world.
Oh, not to fix it?
Not in the traditional sense, no, but rather to be the frequency of the world you want to live in.
Be the frequency. Okay.
Oh.
How does that translate into action?
The source gives really practical, down-to-earth examples, like to smile where there is sadness, or to breathe deeply where there is panic, to offer stillness in the storm. It's about embodying that desired state.
So it's about our state of being influencing the collective field.
Precisely. And this directly links, they say, to the rising of a new Earth.
The new Earth.
Yeah. Which, you might not see it headlining the news, but you might feel it in conversations, maybe in synchronicities, those moments of just heart coherence with strangers.
I know what you mean. Those little moments of connection.
Exactly. And this new Earth, it's not built with machines. It is built with intention, vibration, unity.
Intention, vibration, unity.
So each time you choose love over fear, you lay a brick, essentially. Each time you choose truth over illusion, you light a lamp. It puts the power squarely back with us, with you.
That's incredibly empowering.
And the conclusion to that part is just so potent. You are not just witnessing the shift, you are the shift.
Wow. You are the shift.
Yeah.
That's a lot to sit with. It really encapsulates that idea of embodying the frequency.
It does.
And then the transmission offers this final message. Really poetic, described as a final transmission from the Sirian heart voice. Feels both familiar and ancient.
Yes, this part is beautiful. It uses these evocative metaphors to describe your innate strength, your endurance, your wisdom.
Like what?
Things like, you are the grass that bends but does not break.
Resilience.
Exactly. Flexibility, adaptability in the face of change rather than rigid resistance. Then, you are the spark in the night that calls to the stars.
Connection to the cosmos.
And you are the melody that remembers when the world forgets. Holding that deeper truth, that harmony.
That's beautiful. The melody that remembers.
It really is, and it reiterates the significance of your presence here. Your presence on Earth is not small. It says, you anchor cosmic codes with every breath.
Anchoring cosmic codes just by breathing.
That's the idea. These cosmic codes, maybe think of them like packets of divine information, high-frequency energy that you naturally transmit just by being here, embodied, conscious.
Okay.
And the message concludes with this really comforting sense of knowing. Walk not in fear, but in quiet knowing. The path may be hidden, but your soul has walked it before.
Your soul remembers the way. That's deeply reassuring.
It is.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, here's maybe a final thought to ponder, building on that last message. The source says, you are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. What does it truly mean then to fully step into that role? To be the frequency moment by moment, even when you're just, dealing with daily life, traffic, emails.
Right, the mundane stuff.
Yeah. How might you consciously choose to be the shift in those seemingly small, ordinary interactions? Maybe it is just a conscious smile, like they said, or taking that deep breath when chaos erupts around you, or just choosing stillness inside.
That's the invitation, isn't it? To bring this awareness into the everyday and to help internalize this whole profound message. The councils actually encourage a final action, a simple practice.
Ooh, what is it?
Just take a moment whenever you feel called to place a hand on your heart.
Okay.
Feel your own heartbeat. And as you feel it, try to feel the rhythm of the galaxy inside you. Connect your personal rhythm to that larger cosmic pulse.
Connecting the micro and the macro. I like that.
Exactly. And then perhaps consider using this affirmation or something like it just to ground these insights within you. I welcome the light of July into every cell of my being. I open to divine remembrance. I walk with grace, grounded and glowing. I am ready.
I am ready. Simple but powerful.
Very. And just remember their concluding words, their blessing. Walk in light, dear one. Stars walk with you.
Walk in light, stars walk with you. A beautiful way to end. Thank you.
Thank